examples for BAPI, BADI, and the function modules. I think I was recently giving one comment in somewhere. At high level, BAPI and function module looks similar, but technically, if you go for a more difference, BAPIs are mostly for the calling from other system, from third-party system when you're calling. Okay, so those kind of things, BAPI will have a more compatibility for calling from third-party system and all. Function modules are more into within SAP system are widely used for doing transaction. For example, /n SC37. Okay, so we like BAPI, PO change.
Yeah, actually, I have seen your video on the purchasing view display for the function
So both
module.
we use SC37, and the same way in the BAPI transaction also there actually. BAPI.
Oh, okay. There is it's a transaction code, BAPI.
Yeah, BAPI itself has its own transaction code also. So technically, if you go there at high level, BAPI is mainly for used for calling from third-party system and all. Function module within SAP system, you are running something, then function module. So the technical things I have seen. But as a consultant, when you're working in these many years, I was working, right? I see both are similar kind because same transaction you can execute it and all. So if you
Okay.
go to our logistics general, okay, logistics general, also we have material management, purchasing, purchase order, okay, change, see, function module. So BAPI is at high level inside function module only. So many people ask me that difference. So I also like.
Yeah, that is also one of my questions.
Yeah, actually, that's why we can say like technically at high level, BAPI and function modules are similar. But as per my knowledge, that BAPIs are designed to call from third-party system. Okay, like the function modules are mostly within system. And sometimes when you see that one, BAPI itself a function module. This is a live example we can see here. Okay, so BAPI itself has a function module inside. This is the function
So
module.
if we want to check function modules for the purchase order and all, this is the way, like how you open now.
This is the BAPIS verification. You can check for the like this. Okay, function module we can say same way. You're also getting this is one way, and another one is go to SA37, and you don't know anything about so star PO star create. Okay, then click F4. So you may get few things related to PO creation and PO change and. But this is one way, but that is the best way because there you will have a proper way how to verify and all. So I also took one difference between BAPI and function module because few articles I read it, BAPI itself a function module. So BAPI will be there, but inside function module only will work it. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
also we see that one. So we don't want to discuss too much about that example, that difference one. But yeah, BAPI and function module is similar, but function module within SAP and BAPI you can call from other system. Okay, so that's what technically I took one statement from SAP official site to tell at a high level. And also you can see whether the release status is released or not. Okay, few things are not released state. So BAPI transaction is a good thing where you can go and verify it.
Okay.
Here, if you
But
want.
actually, yeah. So the BAPI can also be used to upload the data, right? You said.
Yeah, just now, right? I upload data only. PO change, PO creation, BAPI is there. So you can upload and so what we are doing the function modular BAPI, for example, SC37. Okay. So PO display you have seen, material display BAPI and all. That is useful only to call display screen. Okay. So for example, just we have seen that one BAPI underscore PO underscore create one, I think latest one. Create one. Create is old one, create one. So this one we use for bulk PO creation.
Okay.
So only one we give that what is the input fields and all. Based on these input fields, SAP will create a program which you can upload in the template and do more.
Okay.
Mm.
So actually, a little confusion here for me. So I have seen your video on the purchasing view display for the material. For the material master, if you want to display, so you were telling something about if you want to display the material directly, the purchasing view of the material, then you can use that MMPUR underscore.
Yeah, sometimes we call the screen actually by hyperlink kind of things we do.
But my question is, where do you use it exactly? How do you, for what purpose you use it?
Yeah, for example, you are showing PO in a report. Okay. For example, you are showing a purchase order in a report, in a custom report.
Okay.
There is a PO
Okay.
there like this 460034 like that. Okay.
Okay.
So business wanted to, from that screen only in the double click, they want to go to ME23M.
Oh, okay.
So at that
Okay.
point of time, they use that BAPI to go there. There, if you click change button, then it will go to ME22M.
Okay. So within the report itself, if you want to give some small icons to display change and all, then the developer can use this BAPI. So
Yeah.
we have to, when we give the functional specification to the developer, so we have to give them, right? This, okay, you have to use this
Call
function
display, use it. If you can provide the import parameters also, it is very good for ABAP also. So a very good function consultant. Okay, you saved his
it's not
time.
mandatory, right? That we can just give our requirement.
But few projects, few companies and all, they put function consultant has to provide as much details as he can. Okay, because you have a command on the program, you have a command on the business requirement, so you can do properly an investigation and you can prepare it. Okay, so sometimes if you are not able to get properly, then you can just give a BAPI name and please utilize it. If you get any issues, let me know, like that you can keep it. But ideally, if you know the import parameter, that's why I explain in my videos and all how to do the import parameters and all.
Okay.
So BAPI to display the screen, to create the screen, to change. Okay. And also I was mentioning that from BAPI, what is the difference between BAPI and BDC? Okay, BDC or LSNW recording method. Even LSNW also has BAPI method. I hope you would have seen my
BAPI and BDC both methods, right? LSMW also.
So I made a video on what you call IDOC method and BAPI method. Little similar actually, method and IDOC method. I have videos. I think you would have gone through that. So these things, when you use it, it looks similar. Without ABAP also, we can do few big things. Okay, without ABAP. But only difference is, in case of ABAP BAPI program, you can get a customized transaction. Like you get something like ZMM underscore PO, like something. You can get T code. Once you go the T code, you will have upload file template, upload and execute. It will be created. Okay, if you are doing this BAPI one, the user has to come here and execute it and then go for 5-6 steps and all. So many companies LSNW access will not be given to the users. Okay, because inside it may access to other things. Users also will feel that I have to run 7-8 steps, specify upload and all. So we go for this custom transaction. But if you want to do something for the data migration, cutover and all, without ABAP you want to handle, you can utilize this BAPI method. If you have not seen my video on that course, I think it is available on Udemy in the in generic course for SAP consultants and all. I can send the link. You can go through that. Okay. So that's the thing, like BAPI can be used for bulk creation and also the display.
But actually, now in HANA, LTMC has come already, right? So
even I had that LTMC also is going to absolute. They are introducing something a little different and all. But LSNW is still being used by few of my students and all who are working on what you call S4 HANA. They're still using LSNW also. Okay, this is the LTMC one. That's why LTMC I was whether to make the video or not. That's what I was start with your data, without your data.
Okay. So compared to LSMW, LTMC is I think quite straightforward and easy to do.
LTMC.
So, LTMC.
But even that I read article that LTMs also may not be available for much time. So we need to see that how. Yeah. I thought to make a video, but after seeing some article, okay, I didn't make it, but I will check it again. If there is still some valid, I will make a video on LTMC. Okay, this is LTMC home screen and all. Okay. So, okay. So you got idea about the BAPI, right? Coming to BADI, you put your next question BADI, right? BADIs
Yeah.
are enhancements actually. If you go to SPRO, okay, and let's go to material management, go to purchasing. Okay, everywhere you see some BADIs. Yeah, business add-ins in purchasing. Okay. So as a function consultant, you just know that what all available standard. So, for example, what you do, mm, purchasing. So change of field control. Okay. So or else let's take anything. Release creation of scheduling agreement. Enrich ALU output tables and reporting commitment plan. Check enhancement of flexible workflow. SAP has given certain kind of additional the add-ins, right? Okay. So if you have some kind of client requirement, you are writing an FS for that, then the ABAPer will not make something from the ground level. He will not do the product development completely, right? First of all, he will
Yeah.
verify either any SAP standard baddies are available. Okay. If you also can find it and let's see, adopt header text when copying purchase requisition. Okay. So you want that
Okay.
functionality. If you can give, I think this may be helpful. Please check this one. Maybe you can take SPRO screenshot and put it in your FS so that he will go through if he doesn't know.
Oh,
If you already know,
okay.
as a best practices and as a ABAPer, first he will verify any standard bad is available or standard any exits are available. Okay, user exits and all. I think I have video how to find a user exit based on CMOD transaction, CMOD,
Yeah,
SMOD.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I'm aware of
Only it
it. Yeah.
identify at a high level only, but ABAPer will go through whether that exit can be used or not, whether it is just now we are verifying the BAPI, released BAPI or not. So released BAPI means it mostly it will work efficiently. Okay, SAP also verified. Okay, so those things and all they will continue. So what you can say, what is baddies? We can see the baddies in SPRO. SAP has given certain kind of standard baddies. Okay, so if you get similar
Okay.
requirement, then see change of field control. If you are working on some enhancement in change of field, he will verify this baddie can be utilized or not.
Okay.
Enhancement spot. So okay, if you go to that, it will ask for that what kind of you want to implement. The key also required actually. So determination of factory calendar for workflow deadline. So SAP has given certain things may not be required for everything. So if you really want to implement, you can implement easily with the available baddie because coding everything available, right? So implementation will take less time. Otherwise, he has to write the coding from the ground level. If a developer didn't do proper analysis or is a consultant also didn't do proper analysis, they will do everything what SAP has already done it. They will spend 3-4 days for developing that one. If they find some good baddie, they can finish in half day or 1 day. Okay. So business add-ins are available in purchasing. Even if you go to inventory management also, you see the business add-ins. Inventory management and physical inventory.
Actually, is it possible to give me like one live example, like a tab enhancements, for example?
Tab
Uh,
enhancement, again, the field tables only I was mentioning in that also. Okay. See the example for implementing user exit. Okay. I will give you functionally. For example, during MIGO, you have a requisitioner or something, right? Goods recipient. So goods
yeah.
recipient. Okay, let's take an example. So let's close the baddie first. I think we saw the
Yeah,
baddie.
yeah.
SPRO, material management, purchasing, business add-ins. Processing options for contract define follow on processing of external purchasing of yearly output tables for reporting. So change of address. You can use this business add-in baddie to modify messages based on the field values in purchase requisition in document header level. So if you have any requirement to modify messages based on the field values. So if a certain value, then the message has to change it, like error messages and all. Okay. So
Okay.
modify item enhancements part. So if you have some requirement, he will not do from the scratch. He will first verify any standard baddies are available. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
implementation created in the transaction S18 is given that. This baddie is used to implement custom logic to modify certain fields of purchase requisition at item level while creating a purchase requisition. See here, while creating purchase requisition, if the plant is 100, okay, for example, plant is 1000, then
Okay.
you want to change the purchase group as a default. Okay. So
Okay.
business
Yeah.
is said that whenever plant is 1000, purchase group is P01. So PR to PO automatic creation. So they want to use the same values there. So then they will implement this baddie. You have to maintain in a CCID. You know what is CCID? So generally CCID or constant ID, they call like constant ID. So constant ID is constant table, we call it constant table or mapping table. So without avoiding the hard coding, we maintain like this kind of a tables. So in this table, what we'll have? Program, which program you want to have, company code, for which company code you want to maintain it. Okay. And plant. So when these values are there, the purchasing group, the final value is purchase group. You will have a mapping table like this. Okay. With this mapping table, you will prepare the program. So this is the, I think if you keep it Excel sheet, it is better to understand. So we prepare one table like this, program, key 1, key 2, key 3, okay, value. So like this, we can prepare that values. Like a program is something which is ZMMM something. Key 1 is company code. Okay. Key 2 is plant. Value is purchase group. Okay. Just take an example. So if they have header and item, if it is header, then item they can keep it. So header is program like this. Key 3, key 4. This is header table.
Okay.
Okay, this is header. The item table and separate table can be. Program is Z MM POS something. Company code 1 GK GP GPCC. Plant G01. For the value P01. Understand? So like this, we prepare that we call it like a mapping table or CCID table, constant ID table and all. So based on this one, the logic he will write. He will use that BAPI. Okay. So if the program is this one, company code and plant, you will get from the purchase requisition. Then the purchase group automatically update as a P01. That is your requirement.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that requirement, he will use this baddie. Just know what we have seen, right? While writing the is the standard, because all the SAP has given, if you want to make any item level changes during PR creation, use that baddie.
Okay.
Okay. As a functional, you're going to give this one, and he will not do from scratching. He will always verify the standard exits, standard baddies.
So the program name and all also we decide, or he will create and he name it?
We mostly it's ME51N, right? The program is while creating ME59N. So ME51N.
Okay.
So for this one standard only, because you are doing while creating PR, right? So PR creation only. But the customizer program, you have to give the program. So he has to identify, right, what logic I had to read.
Yeah, he is implementing it in the already existing program. That's why we are giving the standard program.
Because you are opening customizer program, you will give a customizer program.
Okay.
Okay. This is the baddie.
So if it does not exist and we have to create a report or something, then he will create the program name, new program.
Yeah, it's like changing purchase group value based on the plant. Okay, just
Okay.
an example only. Okay, based on the plant, you want to change it. So then they will use this baddie, and in a mapping table, you can maintain that header mapping and item mapping. If you have to header mapping table, item mapping table, they have two tables.
Okay.
Other single table also will be available. For that, maybe mostly they will have a directly they will maintain it. Okay, first one is you have to tell that one. Actually, header and item only nice to tell, because any new member also can understand that. If you have only single one, what will happen? Mostly will have item table only. Okay, only the logic person knows key one is a program, key two is the plan, company code, key three is plant, value is purchase group, like that. Okay.
Okay.
Until you know the values only you can find it. But if you have header level and item level, you can understand that one. Okay. First is program, second company code, plant, purchase group.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So that one. And user exits are somewhat example you are asking, right? For example, Migo, while doing Migo. Okay. So quantity where display MB51. Okay. So similar kind of example only here, not changing the field. This time, whenever you receive a material for the plant, okay, Gaurav plant, then
Okay.
unloading point should be a certain field. Okay, similar. I think baddie, what we just now discussed, it's validations also. We use the exits. Okay, certain exit will be implemented to have a validation. Unloading point should be this one only. You can maintain in a mapping table. Okay, or else
Okay.
so that's a baddie, module pool, exit. So there are 4 5 things are there. Everything will be used by ABAPer for certain kinds of implementation. Okay, so
Okay.
value changes or comparison with another table. Okay, validations. So these all will be used like a baddie things or user exit. Okay, so how do they find the user exit? First of all, they will find it. What are the exits available for this SAP standard transaction Migo? Okay, that they will verify if they want to play anything which is not standard, right? You want to have validation. Unloading point has to be updated. Okay, or else unloading point should become mandatory when only the plant is this plant. For other things, it should not be. If you go to normal screen layout, either you can make it unloading point as mandatory or optional. But if requirement is only if the plant is Gaurav, then unloading point should be mandatory. Otherwise, it is optional. Then user
So
exit
can I say that based on your requirement, the developer will decide whether he has to use the user exit or baddie?
User exit or baddie. I think I'll give you a few words like user exit, validations, updating some field, or comparison of a few fields. Okay, so compare a table and decide it, baddie. And even there is a module pool also will be used when you are doing the tab enhancement, because one of the projects we implemented the tab enhancement. I gave the table and field, the length, character, data type, what fields I want, how does it look like, which tab, and all I have given. Okay, even I have given in my development video also. When I was asking that one, how do you implement it? He said like module pool, he used it for implementing the screen things and all. Okay. So too much if I talk, maybe it may go 50-50 here and there, but at high level as a functional, I'm going to tell you. Okay. So what I'm going to tell you, that exactly it will be thing. If I tell that one,
but it's not the consultant who decides, right?
No.
When we give the
Technical compatibility, those things and all will be, you don't have to give the user exit name, you don't have to give the baddie name, you don't have to tell use module pool and all. Sometimes when you have a knowledge and all, module pool, use it for that one and all. Forms, please use the Adobe latest forms. Don't use scripts nobody is using now, but some people are using smart forms, some people are using Adobe forms. You can tell them use Adobe forms. So the more compatibility for them to prepare the table format and all in the form design. Okay. So, know what happens as a functional. You need to gather the requirement properly from the business. Give each validation properly. This plant you should not allow. This plant allow this one. Okay, how do we do that one? Okay, let's maintain in a mapping table. So that easy. Don't have to go for ABAP. If you do hard code, plant 1000 make unloading as a mandatory. If you hard code in the program, tomorrow plant B, then you have to go to ABAP again. But if you have a mapping table, you can just go and maintain the entries only. The logic will work.
Okay.
Okay, you can just go to this template, and tomorrow you have another company code, another things. Okay.
Okay.
How to do this? No copy. Okay, tomorrow if you want to have a same logic for another one, then company GPCC, plant GP02, P02. No ABAP is required. Just maintain, the logic will work.
Okay. But who will maintain? We have to maintain it?
Function consultant can maintain it. Without ABAP, we can just maintain, because it will have a table, SM30, or if you have a transaction for that, you can go and maintain. That's the benefit of this mapping table. So that is the benefit of mapping table. Okay, so you can maintain the value, the logic will directly will work it. Otherwise, every time ABAP the logic you have to hard code is we should avoid. Almost we should avoid always. Not a maximum.
So which transaction do we use to implement this? For example, if we
just create a table in SM30. So you use SM30 to maintain it. But if SM30 has a restriction in few of the companies, we ask them to create one transaction code. So with the transaction code, you can go and maintain it. Because SM30 access will be avoided by in production for consultants most of the cases.
Okay, so that transaction code is used to make the add any new requirements or make any changes to the tables.
Yeah. Because SM30 will be restricted, because if sometimes if you have SM30, any important table also you may be able to edit it. So, but if you create a T code, only the T code access can be given. So person can come and do only this one. SM30 can be done for 10 tables, but with transaction you can do only this one only. So it will be helpful, and audit also will not have a concern. SM30 means it's dangerous. Any table you can go and edit it. Which has maintain access. Not
but
all.
Actually, do we need to request the ABAPer to create the custom code, or he just whenever any new changes and all that, he will create on his own?
Which one?
I mean, if you want to edit the table, right? For example, we are doing some enhancements. For example, if you take this one here, for this development, whatever we are doing here, so they will create the new transaction code, right? For to make, if you want to make any changes to the table.
Ask them actually, because they will just create a table and give the maintain access. But you need to think whether whether it will be used frequently, whether you have SM30 challenges you want to give to user. So based on that, you need to go for a transaction. If you want to give to user, the transaction need to have a user role also, authorization role.
So it's always advisable to have create a custom T code for any enhancement.
Because SM30 access will be always restricted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay.